Alright guys, so we got the brand new Yuji obviously, so that means it's time for a showcase. But first, look at my boy. He's dripped out. Already grinded the skin for him. And you can see my boy, my Glorious King Gojo in the back as well. But obviously his skills, right? He's a very good DPS. Probably top 2 yellow. You could argue top 1 yellow. Maybe young Gojo's still a bit better when he's not duped and not max support. But either way, he's top 2 yellow DPS. Probably stuck that for a very long time. I don't know who's better, if there's even any other yellow ones out right now. But that's besides the point, right? Obviously, for his skills, in short, his skill 2 is just going to increase his ult gauge. And then in zone, he's going to just get some extra like black flash buffs and crit rate buffs and all that. And his skill 3 is going to help increase his damage dealt. I mean, like damage taken decrease. Alongside also break damage increase, right? So, and his ult obviously activates zone. And like my whole strat going into this is I'm gonna just spam skill 2 and then skill 1 if I can't afford it in normal up until I get ult. And then once I hit ult, I'm gonna just go all out on skill 3 because I want to break as much as possible with all that break damage, right? But also, low-key, this art is better, I think. But for the sake of the Annie and for the Annie vibes, we're gonna stick with the suit for now. But the team's right here. We're going on floor 37 of tower because it's a fairly like tame boss. Doesn't really do anything, so we have a good chance to like, you know, batter him, right? So we have Domain Make Me slot 1 with this memory for ult gauge. Obviously the domain buff is immense. It's like 300% extra damage, so it's so good. We also have Yaga slot 2 for just full of general buffing with a heal memory because you could get battered a tiny bit. Slot 3 we have Kaido with the ult memory. And it doesn't really matter how you do it. Like, you could co-op ult with him and Yuji and just use this. Like, that's probably the way to go. But, like, his curse technique ult buff doesn't really help Yuji at all. But it's more so for the curse energy, right? And then also we have... So, oh, actually, I might want to do this then. Might want to do that just so... just so... if I hop up with Yaga, I can take advantage of his debuffs. But, and then we also have Yuji, right? With this memory, okay? You could also use, you know, the standard, that one, or even this one. But Yuji's damage, a lot of it comes from his normals, right? And this one gives the highest physical technique multiplier. So that's 48%, right? This one's going to be, say, 38. And then this one's going to be 40, right? So as you can see, this is a more pure physical one. And you also get 2 turns, 65%. So it's actually really good. But you can't ult with it. So it kind of matches Yuji's whole role, right? Which I think is pretty good. We have Gojo in backup as well, just in case. You never know these days. But let's go. Okay, so like I said, my strat is just to, you know, get ult with Yuji and go from there. And then we'll pair domain Megami so we can get the domain off. And Yuji can like batter with his debuffs, right? So again, this buff is pretty tame, but before we get any further, please backflash that boss for content. Let's go. Okay, so obviously we're gonna ult rush here. We'll go for a split slash. We can just do that, and then we'll go for a tutoring, and we'll go for, like I said, a skill 2 just to get the ult gauge up. And then once we get ult, we'll spam skill 3. So as you can see, starting off, it's nothing too crazy, but low key, Yuji's damage hits very high numbers. Like I'm talking like normals. He's hitting so good. And if he had a bit more curse energy, I wouldn't even bring Kaido. I'd bring like another like buffer. But I want to get his skills faster and all that. So I think, you know, a curse energy battery is necessary. Low key, SSR Kaido would have been really clutch here. But let's keep doing sprint slash. We'll do let's protect you. I think let's go for it tutoring. And we'll go for another skill 2. And we should have ult in like 2 turns. Still no black flash. Not the best, I won't lie. I low-key might want to heal here. No, actually, we'll just bank it on him surviving. He shouldn't die. Surely not. Okay. Fuck. Okay, that's pretty bad. But let's just do that, and then we'll just go for another thing, and then that. And Dagme's gonna get like probably like 1 or 2 stacks in by the time Yuji gets his ult. So we'll go pretty good in terms of like, that won't really do much, yeah. So now we're gonna ult with Megami, and sure we can do a double kick and then that, and Yuji's gonna have his ult next turn. So again, we're gonna get like 2 stacks in of, oh no, we'll get all 3 in. No, 2, sorry, because Yuji has to actually get his ult. So, we'll get probably like 2 stacks in of the 90% debuff. Oh, no, never mind, all 3. Alright, so, now, obviously, just skill 1. We'll go for a barrier, sure. And then, I want to just do this. Oh, actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's see how much damage he does just purely off his zone. Obviously, this isn't the most damage because his skill 3 is going to like pump out so much. Let's see just from this, though. It should be pretty nice. Kako-san! Let's see. Come on, Yuji. Animation. I think, like, when it's not like a finishing animation, it could be better. But when you get the full animation, it's so sick. Alright. Obviously, nothing crazy. Remember as well that we're also on a type disadvantage, right? So, we could be hitting higher if it was an advantage. But, unfortunately, you know, sometimes, there's no suitable stages. So again, we'll just spam skill 3 here with the memory. Here's when he starts gonna like hitting very hard with the black flashes too. So you guys will see. Okay, no black flash. Here we go. Alright. You see that 400k per hit? Very nice. Was that 40? I don't know, but go for another debuff, go for that, and then we'll go for another one of those pairs. And then like just a little damage. It's gonna stack up over time. Yeah, so we got the break. There we go. Oh! Not bad, right? Look, you might want to hold it for one more turn. Go for one of those. And then, let's go for one of them. Why not? Actually, no, let's save it. Let's just go for one of them. And now we're going to hit the nice damage. So, obviously, we've been shipping away for a bit now. Stun will be nice. Okay, nice. Alrighty, so we'll zone this turn. And it should go good from here. Alright. Now we're going to get one more stack in. Do that. Let's go for this. And we'll get some nice damage going now. With the Magma debuff as well. So Yaga's going to ult. Very nice, my boy. Alright, so now Yuji's going to pop a little bit. The black flash. Oh. Good job, Yuji. Good job, man. Alright. So. Oh, and also check out this co-op ult. Not bad, right? So. There's that. And. Now let's go for... I don't like that. That barely touches us though. So let's go for a farewell slash now. Curse energy. Let's go for... yeah, we can do that. And then we'll start with this now. 2 of these. And look at this damage. Alright, just watch. Black flash, man. Okay, it's still nice damage, but where's the... Okay, see? 500,000 right there. That's what we want from Yuji. That's so good, bro. 500,000. You're joking, but he needs to be more consistent. Like, you need really good luck with black flashes. You need it every time. So there we go, right? There we go. 800! Woo! See what I mean? He's crazy. Look at that. Look, undeniable right there. Low key, more consistent than young Gojo. I don't know about that. Low key though, it is like Gojo. You need to do like that, like, you know, the strats to like constantly stack infinity. With this, it's not really a problem, right? So if we get one more Kokusen here, can we finish it? We don't, unfortunately. So as you can see, this fight did drag a little bit. Obviously, because not everything went our way. We didn't get the black flashes when we needed it every time. But you can still see the whole gist of Yuji's power, right? He's a very strong unit who relies on black flash a lot, right? So if you hit those black flashes, this man's eating good for weeks. So this should be wraps now, hopefully. No black flash again. Thanks, bro. You're a goat, bro. Alright, so. Oh, man. How's it still going? It should be done here. It should be wraps here. Surely. Surely, Yuji. Come on. Black flash for your boy. There we go. Okay. That was pretty nice as well. Like, for a non-zone. But, there we go, right? Obviously, relies on black flashes. We'll get into another fight. I'll see you guys there. Nana Tower. I reckon this guy's a bit harder. So, let's see if this team can still hold up. Obviously, we're in a very different environment now where it's a lot harder. And let's see if our boy has what it takes. Alright, so we need to see if Yuji can keep up with the big leagues, right? Because I don't know where his egos are right now. Like, I don't have room for non-ego it. So let's just see what happens. So let's go for one of them, and then let's just start going for the alt gauge straight away. Look here, alt gauge memory would be nice here. Maybe I want to replace that with Yaga's thing, or maybe that's like kind of unnecessary. Low key, I might be onto something here, but might do some tweaks after if I lose this, but I don't think we'll lose. I think we'll do good enough. So skill 1 here, Obviously, we're gonna save some curse energy for ult, and after ult we can, you know, get the skill 3 stacks in. But until then, we're just gonna keep debuffing with my boy Megami and defending our team with Kaido, and it looks pretty good so far. But I forgot what this boss does on ult, so we could be destroyed here. I don't remember. So defense, yup, and then low-key might go for this here because I'll take a bit less damage. So I'm willing to sacrifice a bit of ult gauge for that. That's fine. Alright, let's see. Oh, alright, not too bad. So let's go for sprint slash, ult, barrier, that, and we'll get ult in like 2 turns. Probably perfect for Megami anyway, because he can get a couple of domain stacks in before anyway. So there's Black Flash, very nice from Yuji, because every time he Black Flashes, he restores 5 curse energy. So that's, you know, who doesn't want that, right? So let's go for that now, go for that, and let's go for a punch here, because we're gonna get ult anyway, so there's no point going for more ult gauge when we don't need it. So a stun would be nice as well. No stun, all good. Actually, was there a stun? I didn't actually realize, but doesn't matter either way. Now we're gonna zone with Yuji, and now's where it's gonna get crazy. All right, so I don't like that. All right, that's all good. All right, so we'll go for obviously a debuff here. Curse energy, sure. Let's pair these 2 up so we can get into zone state. Oh man, zone, low key, best mechanic. Okay, there aren't many mechanics in this game, but zone is pretty cool, I won't lie. Comment down below if you got Yuji. If you didn't get Yuji, are you gonna keep summoning or go for Gojo? I recommend staying on Gojo personally, but that was some nice damage. Maybe the boss is just kind of weak, but that was actually pretty nice. Let's see what the full damage was. Okay, 2 mil, not bad, not bad. Okay, now we're obviously in zone. Now we're gonna start, you know, folding. All right, so kick, tutoring. Let's go for 2 of these. I think we can break here. Let's say, I reckon we do, honestly. Yup. All right, let's see. Come on, Yuji. Black Flash for you, boy. Oh, for 1.4 off normals. Oh my days. You guys saw that, right? 1.1 mil, 1.4 mil each? Yuji, take a bow, man. Do I need to change my opinion? Is he the best yellow DPS in the game? Low key, that was crazy. Well, he'll finish it here with more damage as well. Hopefully Megami doesn't kill. Okay, nice. Let's see what it does here. What a monster! Holy! My boy Yuji! Is he the GOAT? Is he the new GOAT? Look at the box. But, oh, take a... bro, for that performance alone, you guys need a Black Flash that for my boy Yuji. That would, like... He wasn't even at peak support. He can get better support with, like, SSR Yaga, but... Holy, well, that's new Yuji. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to Black Flash like button for more content. And Gojo is incoming, so get hyped for that. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.